All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us tonight on the Discipline Therapy podcast for season 11, episode 120. But before we get into that, you know how we do. We got to clear the energy, clear the air. Who I guess. All right. All right. So we have season 11, episode 120. Why does our society empower women and not men? And with us, we have our special guest, who I might add, I like to mention this ever since we had that other show about being on time. On time. He was prompt. I like that. A
Early.
man early, exactly. Actually, he was early. So that's good. And who is our special
Early, either on time or you're late.
That's right. Who is our special guest? Mr. Mike Dukes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I fuck with Mike. I love Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like Mike is a man of his word. You know, he says, you know, he's gonna be on time. He's early.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus. He says, yo, I'm gonna buy this book, buy this product, come to your workshop. He's there.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm
Yep.
saying? So I fuck with Mike. Mike's loyal.
Yeah. He was at 2 workshops.
Yeah.
Well, the only 2 that we've had. But he was there at both.
2 for 2.
Exactly. All right. So today's show is sponsored by Center Stage and Bartini's annual USO show, which is August 26th. This, why am I not moving? Oh, there we go. This Saturday. It's at 124 North Carl Avenue. That's Carll Avenue in Babylon, Long Island. New York, 11702. Now, Bartini's in Babylon. All veterans are welcome, and there will be live music and raffles for great prizes. It's 100% nonprofit. All proceeds go to the USO. For information, please call Center Stage Music and ask for Joe or Greg, and that phone number is 516-557-2527. Also, there's a link in the description how to become a part of our Patreon family and subscribe for exclusive content, blooper, behind the scenes, EL Discipline solo lectures of Discipline Therapy Talk, which has his BDSM content, erotica posts and stories, writings by Mr. EL Discipline, also collaboration shows pertaining to sensitive topics such as abortions, transgender, and more with myself and Mr. EL Discipline. Once again, to join the Patreon family, it's patreon.com/the Discipline Therapy Podcast. We also have Mr. EL Discipline's books. He's a 7-time published author, available on Amazon.com, Barnes & Nobles, Kindle, all electronic versions as well, and more. The link is also in the description of the video. And now for our online store, for our merch, like we have over here, we have water bottles, shirts. We have different categories you guys can choose from. We have some new gear that just hit. We always have something dropping every couple of months. You see? You could go check out the different categories. There's also a coupon code at checkout for 15% off worldwide, and that is Summer Therapy 2023. So you might want to get on a jump on, because summer's almost over, people. We're also on major listening platforms such as Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, Castbox, and much, much more. So like, share, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. For business inquiries, if you want to be on the show, or if there's a topic you want us to talk about or touch on, that is SSOTOMAYORO307 or info@eldiscipline.com. Now, Mr. El Discipline, he's going to do his thing. Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, we have one more episode left for this season. So if you haven't tuned in, go back, get it back, rewind, go back to season 1 if you have to, go back to season 111, season 11 premiere if you have to, because we are getting down to the nitty gritty.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned into the Discipline Therapy Podcast. You know what it is. Y'all are fiends, and y'all know what that means. We're serving you your dose weekly of discipline therapy, where not everything is completely free, as we are on Patreon for a plethora of exclusive content for you to see. But what is free is judgment-free, sucker-free, censor-free, sensitive-free, and some liberty. God and the ancient ancestors are great, and that means everything else is straight. So go grab your wine, popcorn, or my favorite roll of blunt, but make sure the children are in bed. Why? Because we have that soul food and sometimes vulgar conversation. Prepare your mind to be fed. Light one up, inhale life, and exhale strife. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are tuned in to the Discipline Debbie podcast.
We're here.
Are you impressed, Mike?
I love the intro.
Yo, I asked that to everybody.
Also, I didn't get to hold up the sign, so this is for the U.S. Open. The U.S. Open. This ain't tennis. This is for USO.
Last weeks of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Probably get some Indian summer mid-October.
Hopefully.
But, you know, technically summer is over for a lot of people. Teachers go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
Kids go back to school. You know what I'm saying? The parents now have to wake up extra early to drop the kids off. You know, so
It felt like it went by fast, right?
it's always like that.
Yeah, it does.
You know, so go out, go enjoy, go support. Shout out to Joe, always taking care of us, making sure the
Always.
room is good, you know, and ready.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Joe's the type of guy, man, he don't want much from you. Just be a man of your word or a woman of your word. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do the littlest thing, he gonna treat you like gold and give you the world.
Good people.
That's how Joe is.
Good people.
So we want to thank you for that. Once again, Center Stage Music Studio. All right, the topic, it's good. It could get spicy.
Oh man, can it?
Depends, you know. So the topic, episode 120, season 11. Why does our society empower women and not men? So we have a special guest, Mike Dukes, once again.
How you doing?
What's gonna happen here is
They're gonna gang up on me. That's what's gonna happen.
This is what we always do with the guests. See, she thinks she
Yeah,
thinks she knows what I'm
absolutely.
gonna say. This is what we always do with the guests. We single them out. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Y'all draw the lesser straw automatic by default. So y'all always go first. So, you know, no matter if it's woman or man, guests we have, y'all always go first to just voice your perspective. The way we do this here is I don't come here to debate with people. You understand what I'm saying? We have panel discussions. You say your piece, she says her piece, I say my piece. I live a completely, totally different lifestyle contrary to the norm. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really say a lot of the things you think about in relationship is equate to mine. Maybe how to be a man we could debate on.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you're gonna voice your perspective, she's gonna voice her perspective, I'm gonna voice my perspective. Then we're gonna do our final thoughts. All right. So first question, do you believe this is true? Yes or no? And why?
I think it's a plethora of things. Well, dating back from a further time to the point where I don't want to say they as a government, but they didn't want the man in the house, if that makes sense, to chop off the head of the snake, or not even the snake, or the leader, to get rid of the leader, because that's what you do in the army or in a war. You get rid of the chief, and then it's like, oh, well, what now? So I feel as if they were trying to get rid of the man since ages ago, creating welfare, Section 8, things of that nature, that I don't want to say women even know, that empowers them. You know what I'm saying? It's a place to stay, food guaranteed. But, you know, so it's like, I just feel as if they don't want the man to be a masculine in the house and connected with the woman, if that makes sense.
It's kind of like you're saying the government is showing them by offering, you know, food stamps and housing. Like they're telling the woman, you don't need a man there anyway. You could get this on your own.
Yes, but I also feel like sometimes food stamps and things of that nature are needed, even from a man's perspective.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like
definitely.
sometimes people get down and hard, like
Well, yeah.
people, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, especially
It is
experiencing
needed, right.
COVID. So it's like,
Mhm.
I get that, but like for how some women basically women bank on it. Oh yeah.
But you're talking about like
Child
from
support,
back in
or
the days. You're saying
they implanted this, so it's like, oh
Right.
well, you
So
got
that
this
can
now,
happen.
but
Got
you
you.
don't need it. And it's like, like,
Got
you know what I'm
you.
saying? So why are you doing that? And it's like some people, I don't say fall for it, but oh yeah, well it's here, so
Mm-hmm.
cool.
You think some people are finagling the system?
that with a mixture of not really knowing neither. Because some people, I won't say it's like oh well,
they're like
and then
ignorant
it's
to
like
it.
not even ignorance. You fall into such a matrix. It's just like, oh well, this is how it is, and well, we're from poverty. You hear people, we're from poverty, and we don't have a chance. And it's like, well, you really do, but you're banking on this. This is what you're. So it's like it's sticky.
Sticky situation.
But the government definitely threw it in there. Like, hey, listen,
played a part in it.
Yeah, to the point where it's like, who? Oh, the government or my man? And it's like, someone's supposed to listen to your man more than the government, but
yeah,
choice is yours. The choice is yours. Female choice is yours.
So,
I like his answer, and I also do believe that happened. I believe that the topic is true, and I think it's because, like, throughout time, I think, with the rise of feminism, I think that started, for a good reason, but I also think that, once the women got with, the voting and equal rights as far as that, they kind of went overboard and they kept going and going and going. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like, okay, like, now what can we get? And I don't feel like real people who want to see women do better for themselves, even if it's, within the family, like, just as a person, I don't feel like they would want, I don't know how to explain it. Like, the real feminist would probably say, all right, we've already gotten what we need. Why go for more? Like, why go for all the extra? You know what I mean? Like, saying it's okay to show your body because you're proud of how you look. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that I feel like even if you're proud of your body, you work out hard and all that stuff. Why flaunt it for everybody? You know what I'm saying? That's what I think.
Yeah, the old feminists aren't feminists anymore.
Right.
I say this in numerous shows prior. They're probably on their knees to their husbands, boyfriends, serving them his plate, catering, cooking, cleaning, being submissive, supporting him, giving emotional supports, all that nature. They changed their ideology because, like you were saying, the objective for feminism was of a feminist was to advocate for equal rights. Because they were male feminists and still are currently male feminists as well. So equal rights, mainly women, as they feel that they were more oppressed for so many years. They're the victims to the patriarchy. So for me, I believe women are the cash cow. Statistics, we look at it from a global perspective. Women outnumber men. That's one. Two, women hold the credit cards. And I mean that metaphorically in a sense of they spend more. About 85 to 95% of consumers are women. You know what I'm saying? Women are more inclined to changing with the times than men. So I'm going to piggyback what you were saying, right? And you didn't necessarily say the government. You said more than that because we have conversations off camera. So it's more than that. The government's not created. The government's not even created if those people or those men are not in power.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? It's like the CEO at Walmart. The cashier never sees it. You understand what I'm saying? So the cashier might think it's the manager on duty or the store manager. You understand what I'm saying? So those people behind the scenes created all of that.
Pulling the strings.
Yeah.
So now with that, they're looking at the numbers. Remember, they could hear, see, smell, plot things.
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
You know what I'm saying? Before we all know, before we all see, maybe time travel, future and past, right? You know what I'm saying? So for them, they see what's going on. They see the numbers. And if they, as a business mindset of a person, you're going to cater to your primary customers more, your big spenders. You know what I'm saying? Just like any type of business, you're going to cater to them more. So, this is one of the reasons why they saw the result. They were like, yo, we could profit off of this. Let's continue. Now, piggybacking off what you were saying, taking out the man out of the home, it's even more than that. Like, women are now coming into male dominating industries.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's even more than that, because if you have a plethora of organized crime, I'm sorry, organized,
That's what it's leading to.
yeah, organized alpha males.
Mhm.
These men are steadfast. They're stubborn in their ways, in all ways. Maybe the old times is it. I'm not changing. Women are more inclined to changing, because if you take the strong men out, it makes the women weak. You see?
Mhm.
So they know that. You know what I'm
Yeah, 'cause
saying?
you're not men is supposed to lead, so you ain't leading them the right way if you
Yeah.
ain't there masculinity.
So if men are
Mhm.
supposed to lead and you take the men out, the women are vulnerable. And
Yeah.
they're easily to be controlled. Because, you know what I'm saying? Because think,
And
okay, I'm gonna break it down.
And now we're having emotional arguments
Yeah.
instead of facts versus opinion.
Yeah, I'm gonna break it down even further, then we're gonna jump into the second one.
Right.
Riot. And these guys know this. If it was a plethora of women, there were a plethora of women, protests, riots, and stuff, they're just not gonna care. Let them nag. Let them do whatever. If men started a riot, they're gonna care. You know why? If you don't know, I'll tell you.
Because they get violent.
Yo, why didn't you let him talk?
I'm sorry.
You see,
Oh.
that's the possibility of a man. Women, it might not get violent.
No.
And if they come out with guns and knives and stuff of that nature, and women, a lot of them will run. Only like 5 to 10 will stay. They're highly in their masculine, and they will die for what they believe in. But people like Malcolm X was willing to die for what he believed in. So organized alpha males, they will create a riot. And if they could come together and create a riot, things will change, because they'll be one or the other. Like, we going to war.
Yeah.
Women don't want to go to war.
I don't want to go.
You see the difference? So they're like, oh, let them nag, let them do their protests and riots. But if men were doing that, coming together, yo, we got a problem here, boss. It's one of the guys in the computer. We got a problem here, boss. And it goes up, 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 up to the top.
Yeah,
You see?
Well, I just want to
To the
say
1%
this.
that you can't see, right?
I just want to say this about that. There were women in Brazil that like, it was hundreds of thousands of them that protested, and there was no violence, but they shut down the economy. They shut that shit
That's what I was
down.
gonna say. If they put their mind together and it's strategic, if it's a bunch of them and it's strategic, they could
They shut it
still
down.
operate, but then they need a leader to do that. Who's gonna
Mhm.
lead them and tell them, hey, listen, we can't get here. We need to do this instead, or we need to. So, I mean, they're capable of it, but like you said, the man is like, the violence is the over dominating thing. It's like, well, you're not listening to what we're saying. We'll take it here.
Yeah.
But the
That's
ladies,
that's the difference with men and women.
Yeah.
If we get into a verbal altercation, the possibility is it might turn physical.
Right. It could escalate.
If I get into a verbal altercation with Suhei, you understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly.
Like, even if I want to get violent,
Oh,
she will
I'm
run
running.
away. She would
Yeah.
run away. If I'm getting violent with you, as a man, you're gonna defend yourself. So we're both getting violent with each other. With women and men, it's not always gonna be like, it just could just be a yelling contest. And that's it. They know that. The women are just easier to control if you take out the men. Just like you said. They can charge men a higher rate. This is getting into a different topic, but the same topic. For venues, private companies like the club, women are
Mhm.
free, men gotta pay, right? We know we're gonna grab more, we gotta grab more women so the men can come and spend money in the
Mhm.
establishments. Let me buy you a drink.
Or bottles.
Boom.
Mhm.
Sexism sells. So being sexist, because that's what it is, sells more. Double standards sell. So this is like my conspiracy theory with them breaking apart the masculine and the feminine
Hmm.
and making us imbalance. Women being highly in their masculine, men being highly in their feminine. We're not in our core energy. So this is the plan, because if we come together and we procreate, that's powerful. Even in the spiritual structure. God, man, woman, children. So think about it. You take the man out, the woman has no leadership.
Yeah.
So now she's all over the place. She has to play both roles.
Yep. And doesn't
God
have
isn't present. She's not in her divine feminine. She has no time to be in her divine feminine, right? Because she got to be all over the place and do this, blah, 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 blah. You know?
And it just gets worse.
Mm-hmm.
Like she gets colder, she gets harder because she has no time. She has no time to nurture the children properly.
Yeah. So I don't disagree with empowering women. It's the context. See, they're empowering women about the wrong way. I empower women too, but to be in their feminine, because that's their power.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
A nurturer.
Yeah, a nurturer. So it's still empowerment. It's just the context change. They're empowering women to be something that they aren't.
And not only that, but like promiscuity is empowering now. Like dressing provocative or even posting provocative photos are empowering for women now.
I was gonna say that because like even if like women, I don't want to say my age, but like looking at it now and how social media is created, like if you're 30 and above, there used to be commercials on Dare saying things like, "Hey, don't post this type of picture because things will be And then it's like now seeing that you're a lady and of this age, like I know you've seen those commercials saying, "Hey, don't post nudes or don't send this person a nude because this can be sent out in the school." And girls will literally commit suicide off of a picture that was like, and this is granted, this is like what 15 megapixels, 12 megapixels on a sidekick. Now today you got women just boop boop, this is me, and it's like, hold on. You 30, I remember when you saying so
it was a
just
whole
because
big
social
deal.
media wasn't here, we didn't know who you fully was as a woman. But now you do it's for money, and it's like, this is the power of money. Like so maybe you would accept Section 8, or maybe you would take welfare if it's there, or maybe you so what are you looking for? A baller or somebody just to sport? And it's like that's why I say it's tricky because it's like depending on, like you said, the way you dress, or certain women got certain morals and things that they would never do. So it's like But then again, it gets rough when you have the man in the house and you got 2 kids by yourself. So it's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
So I don't say I can't knock them, but it's like, give or take.
You're
You
right.
know what I'm saying?
So let me read number 6. Why is women empowerment? You can do whatever you want. And I don't even hear anything about accountability. Can we really do whatever we want with no accountability? Mike?
Nah, you can't do that. What I famously see is the question when they come home and they be like, if your man come home and ask you to make him a sandwich at 3 o'clock in the morning, would you make it? And most of them, oh no, I'm not making. Some of them say yeah, but now if the roles are reversed, like granted, my shorty came home drunk from a girl's night out, and she, make me a sandwich. I'm looking at her crazy. I don't want to say it's like it's something to it because it's like, all right, I don't want to say not repercussions, but all right, I got work in the morning or whatever the next morning, or whatever the case may be, or the situation I should say. Let's just say I got work the next morning, you come home, you had your girl night out, you off on a Friday, I work the Saturday, whatever, cool, then the third. Now I go and make you the sandwich. Now when I get off work, I'm not saying I'm waiting for something, but this is when this would make it tricky because nowadays kids correlate, or in a relationship they sub each other back and forth, and it's like in a relationship instead of just talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Subliminals?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
So
I thought he was saying sub.
Yeah, basically. So it's like
BDSM.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so to that situation, I would say, okay, now I done went out my way, made you the sandwich in the middle of the night after you enjoyed your girls' night, whatever, 10th, 3rd. Now, what's my reciprocation for when I get home? Like, now it goes to, do I have to ask ahead? Or are you just gonna willingly do it? I know, oh damn, my man made me a sandwich last night. I ain't even have to. He boom, 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 and it's like I have to feel like it should be like that both ways, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's just a gender thing, but it's just like your man or your woman, like you know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
Yeah. Can we really do whatever we want with no accountability?
No.
Why? And then sue.
Because I mean, I feel as if my girl can't go out wearing whatever she want. I don't want to say without me there, because we have like, I don't say boundaries or things that's like, all right, I know when you reach this limit of drinking, it gets here with you, or you know what I'm saying. So it's like now that's adding to the situation of what you're wearing. Oh well, when you get here, this happens, and then you inviting that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't feel as if you could do whatever you want. It has to be some type of limit to something. Like, it has to be some type of balance to everything. You know what I'm saying? So like, you could wear it, but then how you gonna act? You gonna be sober the whole night? You gonna be chilling? What are we doing? What's going on? Like, how you, like, you know what I'm saying? That's like me going to play basketball. Oh, you want me to play with my shirt off? Now, if I play with my shirt off, now am I lingering after the game with my shirt off, talking to who? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Not even that. Or I'm the basketball coach. I'm there. I'm wearing my shirt. Am I doing too much? Or You going, oh, you over there? Now you start working out. What's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like now you feel, they gonna be like, oh, you feeling yourself, but you're not. But now when you going out and you feel, they feeling themselves, it's like, are you gonna take accountability for that? But they'd be so quick to, oh, yep. So it goes both ways.
So
I agree. No, I definitely agree. I don't think anybody can do anything that they want without repercussion. You know what I mean? Like for every, we learned it in school. For every action, there's a reaction. So for whatever you do,
I was just about to say that.
man,
Shit, you read my mind. Yo.
right? For every action, there's a reaction. So if you think, since you were on the topic of dressing, for the ladies who think that they can just go and wear a mesh dress and with nothing underneath, and because you're feeling yourself, but you go into a club or an area that you're not really sure of, what are the consequences that can happen with that? You know what I mean? You got to stop and think, a little further into what can possibly happen.
Yeah, we can't do anything without accountability. Yeah, she read my mind because I was thinking about that before you were finished, Mike. For every action, there's a reaction. It's living in a fairy tale world.
Yeah.
So, discipline, they're synonymous with accountability. With accountability. So if, they're out here telling women, because you don't hear them saying this to men, if they're out here telling women the empowerment is do whatever you want, some people take that literally, some people take that figurative. Oh, that just means equal rights.
Then you got the government throwing the song WAP out there.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh yeah, so yeah. And that and
Yeah.
fuel to the fire.
So what's happening is we aren't educating the women. You know what I'm saying? We're babying them. Because they're considered inferior or whatnot. We got to protect them. Protect them from the truth as well. Be soft-spoken, not loud. Don't give them brutal honesty, a beautiful lie. You see? So with that, when you treat people like that, they're not going to be raised with accountability. You know what I'm saying? Spoiled.
I'm going to say you're giving them choices.
So, when you say, can we really do whatever we want with no accountability? We can't. Because even when we step out, there's a reaction. You know what I'm saying? Like we were having this discussion off camera, so us being at the studio, us being where our separate jobs or whatever, I was saying, and you agreed, I give myself ample amount of time before I hit the road. There's people already hitting the stop sign over the line. I'm beeping at them like 50 feet away before I get to them. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that guy or woman didn't plan accordingly prior to leaving the house. They're in a rush.
Yeah, now they're late.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to act like a maniac on the road. So I plan accordingly. That's taking accountability. So it's a fairy tale to tell, especially women, y'all could do whatever you want. Like men don't believe we could do whatever we want.
Even if young guys do.
No, I even think young guys.
I agree with that because
depending on
social media era,
depending on who raised them. Think about it. If they grew up in a singular household, parental household, it's just a mom. Okay, I can see that. But if there's a active father there, what were you gonna?
I was gonna say sometimes the active father be there, but bro, I remember sitting back in the day. Grandma, sit back from that TV. That was the only thing they could yell at. If they couldn't find nothing to yell at you about, sit back from that TV. Now kids sit today with their phones in their hands so much. It's like, even if your dad is there, I be seeing where I work, whatever, people drive by. Kids in the corner, dad right there. Bro, we used to have conversations with our father. Now it's just like, oh, he's on his phone. And it's like, so how strong of a force, even if the dad is there, how strong of a force?
The operative word is active. So
okay,
that's
I get
a
what you're saying, active.
Because you just talking about a body. That's like
exactly.
He's one step up from a deadbeat. He's a glorified deadbeat. Okay. Just like a guy bringing a check every week, but he's not active.
Yeah, having conversations.
So he's there.
Let him know what a man. I don't say what a man is, but yo, listen, you should blah blah blah. And it's like, oh well, my phone's telling me I should do this, and like
but I feel like there's such a disconnect because of social media with kids and their parents. especially nowadays, there's a huge disconnect. The parents could be talking and the kids are just literally not paying attention. They're kind of zoning
That's why I
out.
feel like the government came in. I remember when
Yeah.
you used to have to pay for Wi-Fi. Now you pull up to a stoplight and the Wi-Fi connect to your phone. So you to now essentially get Wi-Fi and you could be literally get a flip phone from Target for $10 and be on Facebook and Instagram. That's the only thing that's free in this world. And it's like, hey, yo, and it's like you could paint a picture with yourself off of this. You can make it positive, or you can make it negative. Your choice is yours. But it's
definitely.
So I believe a woman shouldn't be having sex with a man she can't call it there's an emergency. Why is it that when a woman doesn't have a man, she takes on the masculine role to boost her masculine energy? We said this in episode 112 with Chris, but I want to hear your perspective.
Run that by me again.
So when she doesn't have a man present, you talked earlier about them taking the man out of the house. So she's automatically have to boost her masculine energy up. She has to do two both roles now. Go out there and hustle, probably get a second job, right? Be the father and the mother. Why does she have to turn that up? Or even like going through a heartbreak, she turns the masculine up, shuts her emotions.
She doesn't have to.
Oh, okay, but usually it happens.
I feel like that's like a revenge trick. Like like trying to get back. If that makes sense. You're trying to even it out instead of just being like. I feel like that's like when women have children and the father doesn't want to be with them. Oh, all right, child support. So it's like you trying to fight back instead of just staying in yo, listen, I had this kid. I'm gonna hunker down by myself. I'm just gonna hustle, do this by myself. That's stronger than you trying to actually fight back and put him on child support. Man, oh damn, she really don't. She gonna take care of responsibility. That's the shit that I'm supposed to be doing.
So think about it. Those were good. Why don't you think most women will say, I don't need a man, but in actuality, they're behaving like one. So it falls into the same thing. And then, Sue, you're going to go.
No matter what, that's what I'm saying. I can't. It's tricky because women are going to always need a man. That's what they fail to realize. And that's why I'm
so most of them don't have one, but they're highly in their masculine. They're acting like men. Do you see that? Or you don't see it?
I must say I don't even associate myself with women like that or come around. It's like because like as soon as I hear yo or what's good, it's like like I'm not that type. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not what a woman's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But a woman could be masculine in the sense of yo, I don't got no man here. I need to change this tire. Yo, it's no man here. I need to do this. It's no man. Like I've seen that for myself. So it's like I know they couldn't be masculine, but it's times to tune it up and it's times to all right, this is not what it's for. All right, this is what it's. You know what I'm saying? So it's like. If she knows how to navigate and put it where it needs to be, all right, because not all energy is good energy if you put it in the wrong thing. So it's like, I get it. They do need to turn it up here and there, but there's women who use it wrongfully, like I said, trying to be masculine and fight back in a sense of like it's fighting when it doesn't need to be fighting. And to the point where it's like, that's what the man wants. Like, oh, I want her to fight for me. And like, that's the sassy feminism that we're running into today where, oh, I'm going to block her on everything. And hopefully she hits me up. It's like, no, bro, you don't, it's not supposed to be like that. Like you're supposed to be there for the woman and your child. So it's like, if she knows how to direct that energy into
that situation.
It's like, all right, but all of that, like even like, I don't want to say Cardi B, but that tough energy that what's up, like or like I don't feel
that's
like
also
that.
Where she grew up.
I get that. That's what I'm saying. But it's times for that, but like at all times, it's like like,
I mean, and I'm happy that you brought her up because she was crazy, very in her masculine.
To the point where you thought she would never get out of it,
right?
So
but you see her being softer now, except when there's beef.
Who the man is and what the masculine role could do. You know what I'm saying? I don't say if Offset wasn't there, but hey.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Now, okay, so the question was, why is it that when a woman doesn't have a man, she takes on the masculine roles or boosts her masculine energy? I mean, it's in the question because there is no man there. And if there is no man there, she has no other choice but to do that, but to tap in and to pull out that masculine energy to get things done. Whether that be changing a tire or whether that be, getting 2 jobs to pay the bill or get food on the table for the kids. Sometimes that's what's required, unfortunately.
The operative word, just like in that episode for me, would be survival. So you know, when you're saying you have no choice, yeah, survival. The feminine is not gonna survive because the feminine is dependent upon.
It's almost like the feminine goes dormant.
Yeah, the masculine is independent. So survival, they have no choice. If they had a choice, they would. But sometimes, like I was coaching this single mom, you know, and I'm not gonna go into like every detail that we talked about. But one thing I did tell her as far as advice was, because I give them brutal honesty, like they sign up for that when they sign contracts, and I have clients, they want that. They come to me for advice, for direction, to help them achieve their goals. So I said to them, you know, I said to her, I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. You know, you ready? She said, yeah. And I said, you had it all. You had the guy providing for you. I'm not going to mention the ethnicity. I'm going to keep that confidential. You had the guy providing for you. He didn't want you to work. She wanted to get something else outside of the house. He made a lot of money. She wasn't required to work. But this goes back to young mindset today, right? So I'm like, listen, because of your ego and your pride, you're the one that like gave him so much backlash and fight that's why you were kicked out. When you would have just followed and did all that, like it's not like the guy was abusive or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew their dynamic. But it's like I told her, I was like, where we are today, there's a lot of women that would kill to be in your position. You got to understand, a lot of us take for granted what's in front of us. We think the grass is greener. So now it's hitting her because she's struggling. And I told her, I said, listen, my other advice would be try to get back with him. It's going to be hard. Yeah, you're beautiful, but you have like the child's not even 1 year old yet. Like it's going to be hard. You know what I'm saying? Even dating. Oh, I got all these guys. Okay. Yeah, okay. I got guys that want to take it. Why aren't you jumping on it then? Why aren't you jumping on it then? It's like those women that say, for what you won't do, 10 of them in my DM will. Stop it. Stop. Do they really know you though? Exactly. Do they know you're a brat? Are they willing to deal with that? Do they know all these things? Can they be patient? Don't show me the guys that want to have sex with you. You know what I'm saying? It's like the same thing. Because they don't know you yet. Once they know you, then show me. Show me how many want to commit.
Not only that, but she also has a kid that's not even one.
Yeah. So I'm over here.
She got that to work with too.
I'm over here like it's like a situation like, yo, you know, you had a good thing. You know what I'm saying? But because of feminism, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I wanted the option to do that. Why? You're just gonna get highly in your masculine doing that. But that's fine. It would have been better if he would have been an educator and knew himself. Because then maybe if it was communicated well, she'd be like, yeah, you're right. I'm not gonna go work. We don't need the extra money. I'll do the womanly duties and stuff like that and raise the child. And I told her, no disrespect, don't bite my head off. But with the ego and pride, you know, and this was like really, really hard. But she didn't curse me out or anything.
That's good.
You weren't fair to your child. And she said to me, you're right. I don't want her to grow up without a father because I'm fucked up. And I don't want her to go to that same path. So I'm like, you got to figure something out, I told her. Because you know, she don't choose who her parents get to be. Yep. She didn't choose to be born either. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes the ego and the pride is just like, yo, but you got kids. Did you forget about that? What about them? They're innocent in circumstances.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like that. So for survival, why would a woman who's smart, educated, makes her own money want to follow a man, be inferior to a man, second in command? Why not be equal?
That's tough for today's economy, like, because like they're empowering the woman, so it's like they make
think about it. The woman is empowered. Status, money, whatever else, strength, intelligence.
So
why would she
has this all over the man?
No. She has this within herself.
Okay.
Why would she want to
Also-
be submissive to a guy?
I don't want to say the man's supposed to lead, but the man is the one that that's I don't want to say that's tricky, but if she makes her own, she can. I don't want to say she could do what she wants to do, but it's like that's tough. Why would a woman who's smart,
An
educated, makes her
acquaintance,
own money?
a follower
to
asked me
follow
this
a man
question. I
and
said, I'm going to
refer
bring it
to
on the
a
show.
man or a second in command.
Think
That's
about
just-
it. Think
that's my whole thing. Like when I'm in a relationship I got, my shorty's not second in command. It's like, yo, you throw an idea out there, I throw an idea out there. Then it can mesh together as one good idea. All right, 60-40 yours. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but the thing with equal is a woman can never be equal to a man. That's it's just simple as that. Like the woman can clean, cook in the house, do things, whatever, the soft things, but it's like, as a man, I could do that, and it's things that a man can never do that a woman could do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if we for example, we own a house, you cook, you clean, you make. I'm not, you don't even have. I'm not saying that you have to, but like that's a womanly trait. You know what I'm saying? So like, and then the man traits would be me outside with the lawnmower, me doing things outside in the driveway, things of that nature, fixing the cars. So it's like a second in command, because she could be like, hey, we can fix in this car, and then it's like, oh, I'm about to fix this car. Hey, why don't we do this? Trade this car in and blah 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 blah. Oh, yo, I didn't even think of that. I'm thinking like, because I'm the man, I could just constantly fix everything and blah, blah, blah. And it doesn't have to be like that all the time. So, like, that's what I'm saying. Second in command is like, but following your man's lead is like, I don't want to say inferior.
Second in command. Following your man's lead.
Is second in command, but sometimes it could be a difference from like, that's what I'm saying. Like for example, I'm like, yo, babe, maybe we should fix the car. And she's like, yo, why don't we, like, we got a stack of money. It's either fix the car. And I'm thinking just, well, I'm capable of fixing the car. I don't know about leasing or buying. And she can come in and be like, hey, listen, we could do X, Y, Z with this instead of blah, blah, blah. Then it's like, yeah, that's second in command. I mean, nah, I don't look at it like that, because I don't look at it as like a boss. Like, you're not bossing me around. You throwing an idea out there. And it's like, if at the end of the day, I don't want to say it goes with, because my idea could be, us spending more money, or her idea could be saving here or cutting the corner here and looking out for the kids. So it's like, it's a difference in, that's what I'm saying. Like, me personally, I don't mind I don't want to say second in command, because that sounds like some simple weak shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that makes sense. But like, sometimes women do have better ideas than men, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to say it's like,
why isn't simp or weak shit
to follow you? What, like, because if you got something to say, like, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I don't want to say that they're equal, because a woman and a man can never be equal.
Okay.
So it's like, damn, the dominant one's listening to the more weaker one, and it's like, but if she throws a better idea out there, then what is it going to do if you're not on your P's and Q's?
But that's part of being a good leader.
Hold on. So, Sue, what do you think?
Why
he articulated what he thought about it. Why would a woman who's smart, educated, makes her own money, maybe alpha, what they would say in today's society, independent, may not need a man, want to follow a man and be inferior to a man or second in command? Why not be equal?
I think a woman who has all that, educated and all that, she would follow a man because she doesn't, it's not in, like you guys said, it's not in our nature to lead, right? So a woman who's smart and educated, and if she has to be alpha in her regular life, she doesn't want to come home and make, all those decisions. Okay, what do you want me to cook? Like, some women, I love to cook. I don't want to think up of what to cook. So if I'm going to go home after working, my ass off or whatever, all right, tell me what to cook, because I know my job is to provide, for the family in the household. I have to make sure the household is clean, even if I want to work outside of the house. You know what I mean? So why would she want to? I don't necessarily agree with the inferior part, but the second in command, because that's who, that's the family structure, is the head of the household is usually the man. So the woman who's smart, educated, makes her own money, she's going to go home and follow the head of the household. That's what I think.
So I put these keywords in the sentence because I knew it would trigger y'all.
Which one? Inferior?
Command triggered you, Mike.
Yeah.
Inferior triggered you, Sue. So these things are actually true. It's just, if I worded it different, y'all be like, yeah, I get it. You're right. You see what I'm saying? That's what it comes down to. Why would a woman who is smart, educated, makes her own money, alpha, independent, whatever, wants to follow a man, be inferior to a man or second in command? Why not equal? Because she's smart, my opinion. She's in her divine feminine, my opinion. She knows, even subconsciously, because her spirit knows the man is in the image of God. And I gotta follow the man. If I'm choosing him and I trust him, why am I not following him? That's crazy to me. You see? So the woman knows at the end of the day, right? If I got a lion on my team, hell yeah, I want to be inferior to him. I think I'm a beast. I bench a lot. But if I go in the jungle and I pump my chest to the lion and I say, yo, look what I bench, sucker, da 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 na 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 na, he's gonna be eating the zebra leg like, who is this nigga? I attack 800-pound buffalo every day. He's a valuable asset to have on my team. Hell yeah, I'm going to want to be inferior. I'm smart. I'm not dumb. I can't battle shit in the jungle, but he can. He could dominate those hyenas. I can't. I'm just a human being. That's why I say the woman is smart. She knows that there's certain things that men are capable of and she don't want to do. She don't want to do. And having him there is an asset. So yeah, I do want to be inferior. I want to be inferior in sex. And you know, I'm not joking you. That makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't want to be working more than you. You can handle that. Science and biology, you can sustain that. Women don't have the body, mind, all that to be working hours like a man. Look it up. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather you do that stuff. Slay lions and slay dragons and conquer lions. I don't want to do that. You good with changing the tire? Great, because I don't want to do that. You want to lift that heavy object and you're comfortable with it? Great, I don't want to do that. You see? Even if it's subjective inferiority, she knows. The smart woman knows. The dumb woman's going to be like, yo, let me pick up this heavy ass table and blow on my back because I want him to respect me to see I could lift like him. That's the dumb woman. That's the dumb woman. The dumb woman's going to be like, you know what? I ain't never changed a tire before, but let me show him I could do it.
Oh, no,
so he could respect me. That's the dumb woman.
I'm the other kind of
See,
dumb.
the irony about women being highly in their masculine is they're not getting respect from men. It's just a lot of men ain't talking. They ain't talking. You see what I'm saying?
No, but there's two different types of men.
You just said earlier, yo, the moment she's like, yo and shit, come on. Yeah. I don't want to do, you see? You even said it. So at the end of the day, like, you know, men just want their women to be submissive. They want their women to be feminine. You know what I'm saying? Even if we don't put a term to it, it's a fact. It's a fact. And I'm not debating you. I'm still sharing my perspective. Why would a woman do it? Because she's smart. I don't want to dominate a man in bed. I want to be desired. Boom. I don't want to have to change the tire. I don't want to get the ring. I want to know if he wants me. Why would I do that? She's smart. So even though she's second in command, she don't believe that she's worthless here. Second, the lieutenant has a prominent position. The lieutenant don't ever want to be the general because that's too much responsibility and pressure. So the smart woman is like, I'm good being the lieutenant. I will never want to be the general. He got to go through shit. But if I can make the general's life a little bit easy, what you need, baby, when you come home? A massage? That's going to make you a lion for tomorrow? What you need, your dick suck? That's going to give you energy to go out to the day. You don't need coffee? What you need, breakfast? Breakfast on the table, you providing for me, you making sure the kids are good and everything like that. You make sure I don't have to lift shit. I don't have to do this. You always provide. You always take care. If I'm feeling crazy, you bring me calm. You give me emotional security. I'm a crazy bitch. I don't know how you do it. That's impressive.
That's a rarity.
A lot of men ain't aren't able to calm me down. Mm-hmm. You give me that. Oh my God, I respect you so much. I would never want to deal with a woman like me. She's saying that probably. How could you deal with a woman like me? I'm nuts. I don't know how you would ever do it. You see, she don't want to be in your position. You know what I'm saying? I'm just breaking it down a little bit further, going more in depth. She's smart, just like on the chessboard, right? And then we're going to get into the next topic. The king is the most prominent piece. He's the most important. He's the prize, but the queen is the most powerful. She's still inferior to him, but she's the most powerful. Remember, just because she's inferior to her man or a man or second in command does not mean she's inferior in general. You see that? See what I did? Because she could be the alpha female in the day-to-day. She run those other women. She don't let nobody disrespect her. She's respectful though, but she don't let nobody walk all over her and whatnot. But when she gets with this guy, she's as submissive as a
lamb.
Good analogy.
Thank you.
Metaphor. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? So in a way, like, it's not her being inferior in general. I said to a man, second in command. So the queen is the most powerful piece. She can move in a plethora of ways the king can't. She does what she got to do. So they're good. So he doesn't get captured. If he gets captured, the game is over, or it's very hard to win. So you see what I'm saying? So even the king, even the king utilizes the queen efficiently. She has power here. She may not be the prize, but she got power here. And it's the same thing with being inferior to a man. He provides more. So if she knows that the man provides more, yo, you was talking about you was getting it in the gym. But if a burglar, God forbid, was to trespass
right now,
no, just like you with your girl.
Like right now, I'll kill him.
You with your girl. I know you.
Yeah.
You gonna get busy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, would you want to let your woman do that though?
It wouldn't even be. I'm about to say it wouldn't even be off the fact of me proving my point as a man trying to get busy. It'd be off the fact that just I'm with my lady, so he had no choice but to. That's why he did what he did.
Would you want your woman to?
Man, listen, yo, stay over here.
You see?
Listen. So it's like, because that's not. I don't want to say that's not a woman's job, but
no. But as a woman, you should know to step aside and don't jump and get involved.
Would I want it to help me? No.
Yeah. If the situation was getting sticky to the point where it was like, hey, listen, you don't got no choice. Leave it out all the way, or because
leave it out all the way. Completely.
Never know. Someone, you know what I'm saying, especially in these street games and all. Oh, my lady got the ratchet in the bag and this and the third. And so, would you want your lady to catch a charge for you if she got the hammer in the bag and your life on the line? That's what I'm saying. That's how it be getting sticky. That's why I'm like, yo, stuff be getting sticky to the point where it's like, you got getting out of it. But for real, like you go to the club, you in the club, you in Florida, open carry, you can do what you want. Anybody got the hammer, somebody step on your shoe, push you, next thing, whatever, or slap your lady in the cheeks, I didn't know. And then turn into that, and then it's like, yo, what are you gonna do? So you leave her out of it all the way, or you let her back the firearm out? And
I think it depends on the situation.
I was gonna say that. I remember I seen Saved by the Bell before, and there was something like that. Zach Moore, he was mad because Kelly helped him.
I've watched that. I've watched that too.
And I'm looking like, yo, you was in the headlock on the floor. He was about to kill. And Kelly helped him, and he was mad at that. And I'm like, I didn't understand that as a kid. I'm like, oh, she took him out of his masculinity.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's why he was pissed.
That's what it is.
So I'm like, but if your life on the line, how important is masculinity?
Yeah, it doesn't count when you're dead.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta have a woman that's smart enough to know when to channel her masculinity, like I said before, with the single household and what she's using it for and fighting back with the aggression. And so she know how to channel it, I guess. But
when you put it that
was
way.
A good one. Yes. Very good, Mike.
That was
a good question.
He's right, but you try your best to not be in those circumstances.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You never want to put your woman in a position for you to protect her like for her to protect you like you would protect her. You understand what I'm saying? Why is it that no woman in history know what they want, where they want to go eat, or how to plan a date?
I take offense to that one.
Honestly, I never had this problem because I always know where I want to go eat. So like, I don't want to say it's not on her, but like for me, I try to change it. Like, especially now what I'm going through now with the trying to be healthier. Like, yo, babe, maybe we should eat this healthier, or maybe we should go do this, or maybe we should go. So I don't. Maybe she might not know because maybe she might not know the mood that I'm in. Like, yo, you want to eat something healthy? Do you want a big steak? Do you want a surf and turf? So it's like maybe she doesn't know because she's like, all right, well, whatever he chooses,
it's good for me.
Exactly. So it's like she said before, when you come home and you tell, yo, cook this, and I just want to know what to make. I don't want to have to think about it. So it's like, hey, listen, I'm in a steak, mashed potato. Oh yeah, all right, that sounds. And you know what I'm saying. So like, from what I heard that the kitchen is supposed to be the hospital of the woman's house. Like that's supposed to nurture the man, the way to a man's
Oh, I like
stomach.
that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's
I
if
like
they want to
that.
go out to eat, it's like, well, prove your point. Could you cook something? I ain't trying to be funny or nothing like that, but most women on this era nowadays don't got a cookbook.
You don't need a cookbook.
So
Pinterest.
TikTok.
They have.
And
Love
that's
it.
what I'm saying. So
Love it.
So what's up?
Why is it that a woman? Sometimes I know what I want to eat. I don't know necessarily where to go. I think it's because we just don't like how Mike just explained. A lot of times, well, it also depends on the man because you have men. A woman could ask her man, "What do you want to eat?" and he'll be like, "I don't know." What do you want to make? No, I'm asking you because I don't know. So I think it's just because women don't usually plan dates. Definitely, I know we don't plan dates, but in our mind, we're like, it would be nice if he took me over here or he did this. But to plan it, we're not planners like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off that. Like, you're on point today, Sue.
Me? I had breakfast, people. Okay?
You.
I usually don't, but for lunch, I had some tea.
You're on point today. I was thinking of one word: indecisiveness. Women are indecisive. That's why they can't do it. That's number one. Number two, if they have a man, they definitely don't want to do that because this goes back to wanting to be desired.
What, her wanting to be agreeable?
Sometimes women will test you to see if you're really interested in her.
Can you explain that?
So if I'm gonna put my mind in a woman's mind. She's thinking out loud. Act like this is a movie, right?
Soon.
I'm also an artist, so I'm gonna paint the perfect picture. I got the brush. She's watching herself in the mirror, getting ready, putting on her makeup. And one of those scenes where their mouths are shut, but you could hear a voiceover. She's thinking out loud. She's like putting on her makeup. Man, why won't he pick somewhere to go? I wonder if he loves me. Like, why doesn't he do shit? I wonder if he cares. She's thinking out loud. So in a way, she might want to know where she wants to go, but she's going to be like, I'm going to test him. I want to see if he's going to make plans, if he cares about me, if he's going to pick where we're going to go eat. Majority of women would think like that. So one, indecisiveness. Two, might be conscious, but they want to know if the man is going to seduce. He's going to pursue her.
If he's going to put work in.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Okay, got you.
So that's why.
Okay.
Do you believe women always want men to lead? No. Sue?
Yes.
What situation is no?
I can't.
Mike?
Some women, with
He said
children, I would say with
shit.
children. Do you believe women to lead? Like with children, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Some men that aggressive and...
You got me on that one.
You on point today too.
Damn it, yeah.
Even, I was gonna say, well, yeah, man. Even which one? I feel like a man should always drive. Right? That makes sense?
Okay.
Or so it's like, I'll give it 70-30 because they don't want that responsibility of anything falling back on them. If anything, like you said, a lieutenant. And then it's general. I can help him out as best as I could, but if all else fails, it was his fault. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's always that thing there. But it's like when it comes to kids, I've seen women not play about their kids.
Yeah.
So that right there, it's like,
right.
you're not doing it that way with this
You're
one,
100%.
and you not with. So it's like that's why I said like 70-30. I give them a little leave of 75-25 because it's like the child there. Yeah. But like other than that, like how to run the household, protect us, do this. We should have an escape plan for this and XYZ. I feel like man.
I recant that, but wait, I do believe you're right with that. And being a woman that did do that did, tell the father of my children, no, I will take care of reprimanding them and that ladies. That is a big mistake. Was bad. Yeah. That was a big mistake. Yeah. You gotta sometimes it's good to have bad cop, good cop. You know what I mean? And to put that fear in the kids. Because if you keep taking that fear away from them, they're gonna just run wild.
So the situation with the women always driving. I've had subs of mine drive. Not all the time, but I've had them drive sometimes. It's like getting chauffeured like a mob boss. You know what I'm saying? I do so much. Sometimes I just want to kick back and, you know what I'm saying? And I've been blessed to have subs who are great drivers. You know,
That's
they could get
another
highly
thing,
into
too, yeah.
masculine on the road. You know what I'm saying? So I could just relax, shut my eyes, and trust them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like let's say we went to the gas station and she's driving, I'll go out and pump the gas.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm still dominant. You know, she ain't doing everything, but sometimes, like I said, I do a lot of things. So sometimes you need time to recuperate, even physically. So
Yeah.
my body might hurt that day. And I'm just like, yo, I just want to sit back in the passenger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been in those situations. Women always want men to lead. I believe they do.
Okay.
Because I think that they do want to get in their femininity. The masculinity that they have to get into is not their choice. If they had their choice, they would want to submit and follow the man and stuff of that nature. It's just, women will say today, it's just hard to find a man to trust to give all like that.
I think it's more than that, though.
So, okay.
I mean, like it's like we've spoken about this, with other topics. It's how they grew up, what they saw, it's learned behavior. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure that they don't know how to because they don't know. They've never seen, females in their life be submissive.
How they grew up is like beyond their choice still.
Right.
You're just
yes.
giving examples now.
Yeah.
But go ahead,
No,
Mike.
I was just gonna say it's like some women, like when you talk to them stern, why are you yelling at me? And it's like, yo, you never had a stern conversation. Yo, listen, what's going on? Why? And it's like, yo, I just want to know why all the garbage is. I'm not yelling at you, but this is what needs to be. And it's like, yo, they just because their father figure was just never, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, like I've realized that dating, well, it's from experiences. So it's like.
Like if you're talking now, they're like, "Why are you yelling at me for?"
Yeah, and it's like,
and
nah,
I'm not
I'm
even
just
yelling.
like, this is like the third time, and it's like, I'll let you know nicely. There's 2 times already, so the third time now has to be like before, like, all right,
Right.
all right.
A little bit more aggressive.
I can get somebody else to do it. You want that? And then it's like, oh, what? He's being this, and it's like, no, I already asked you 2-3 times nicely. Now I'm letting you. So
you're right.
So,
but this goes back to even it being subconscious, ancestral. So because of ancestry, right? The ones before us, that's why I believe women always want men to lead. It's just natural. Like if you say, don't think about it. Women, men, who do you want to be submissive in the bedroom or dominant? Don't think about it. 94% of women are gonna say I want to be submissive. Only 6% will say they want to be dominant, and they could live a BDSM lifestyle. Madams,
that's a different.
mistresses, and stuff.
You ever want to be just chilling in the bedroom? Just
no,
never.
Not me.
Not physically.
Mike, you and I are not the same.
No,
man.
I'm just saying though. Is it feminine for a man to want to get taken? Like, yo, tonight I'm taking the night off. She take care of me
in the bedroom.
Yeah, give you a massage. Take care.
Well, I get massages.
If she comes in the room and she I don't say her masculine. She's just like, yo, tonight I'm taking care of you. This is what it is. Like, you just chill here, relax. I'm gonna take care of you.
Well, she's serving. She's
serving her master. Not her master. I don't want to say like dominant.
Yeah.
She's serving her boyfriend or something.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but like she it's not
you gonna get in trouble when you get home.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what the ladies. That's what those are more. Because you're being a boy. It's like, no, it's not. You're treating your king to a good time.
She's serving in that sense. Now, if he's laying there and he wants to get well, women can't fuck men. Yeah. But let's say maybe ride him or whatever, because he's still getting fucked. She has the hole, right? Technically.
Yeah. Okay.
So she wants to like ride him, maybe suck his dick, do all the work. She's still serving.
Okay. Yeah,
just me personally, I like to work.
Yeah,
like I dominate. I don't have sex. I dominate. I don't make love. I make magic. So to me,
I feel you. I get what you're saying, because you create the rhythm, you create the tone of and that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes women be like, "Yo, he's so good at. Let me see if I could try to do it." So it's like, would you let her try to have her one night where she's like, "Yo, you know what?"
I said this at the masterclass you were at.
Never.
I said I don't do one night stands because
not one night stands, but let her get one night where she. Control, like for example, she controls where y'all go out to eat. Never.
No.
You would never let her lead like that. No. What if it was even for her birthday?
No.
That could be her birthday present.
No.
That's different. All right.
You know.
So you never like taking the night off. Period. You're just always a leader, full fledged.
Well, night off would be me coming.
Day off. Period.
Night or day off would be me coming home, food. I'm ready to give you a massage. That'd be my night off.
Just her knowing what to do for you.
Yeah, because I told her.
But what about your night off being a leader?
You told her.
See, if she wants to surprise, I hate surprises, Mike. You know
told me that,
man.
You told me that last
night.
Yeah,
I hate surprises. So if I'm coming home and surprise it, I'm happy, but I'm tight because you kept this secret from me. Our relationship is more than that.
Wait. So what do you mean, like a surprise party? You wouldn't,
it's just
or
like
surprise in general. It don't matter.
Let's say your sub or your woman or whatever wants to surprise you with like a lingerie or something. That's not acceptable.
No, I already know. I already know what she's like gonna get. Like she's already.
Oh, she already tells you.
Yeah.
Well, what if she buys it for you and it gets? I mean, she buys it for you. She buys it, like, oh, you like this? And you say,
I'll rip that shit off on purpose. Was this expensive?
Lord.
Yeah, good. You're gonna buy another one. Because you know what I'm saying? Like I don't.
Like you said,
ladies, if you're gonna get with discipline, no surprises.
Like she gonna have to tell me, like, Poppy or Daddy, like I plan on getting lingerie. What color you like? Red. Blue, She gonna show me. She gonna take a picture.
But what if it comes in and she says, "All right, he knew I was gonna get it. He knows it looks like I'm gonna surprise him tonight with it on."
You know what's gonna hurt me more? Because I'm brutally honest. You know what's gonna hurt me more? She gets a lingerie, and I'm just like, I don't like it. That's gonna hurt her feelings.
If she doesn't check with you.
Yeah,
you would let her know right there on the spot.
Right there on the spot. I walk in like, oh, you didn't tell me you was getting this. I don't really like it, and the color is off. I would tell her on the spot. That would hurt her feelings. I wouldn't want to do that, but I would do it.
I would cry.
So
I would cry, baby.
So in a way,
I look bad.
I was gonna say that's what the problem was wrong with men nowadays. Some of them think with the wrong head, if that makes sense. So he's straight. He got his narrative. Yo, this is what I'm sticking with. This is what it is. Other men be like, I don't like it, but I'll do it. And it's like that's what creates that little leeway for them to be like, all right. And it starts growing and growing and
like
growing
children. They see
now
exactly.
It's like, yo, I'm the man. So it's like, I get what you're saying.
So has a woman ever made you wait for sex?
I don't want to say I don't know, but I've gotten it when I wanted it.
Okay.
Not like trying to be disrespectful.
A woman has never made me wait for sex.
What about a man?
I'm gonna answer with him. As far as I know, no. I can't remember actually.
Okay. Has a woman made me wait for sex? Yes, when I was a lot younger. Now it's like I even said this in probably 118.
I don't know how you keep up with these things.
Episode 118, the beauty privilege. I've said that I had to be the one to put the stamp on. We're gonna build sexual tension. We're not fucking on the first night. I could walk out with a V-neck, tattoos, and they're ready to give up the panties.
So you made women wait for sex?
Yeah.
How long? Like, what's the longest you made them wait?
A month and a half.
Oh wow!
But through that course, I was turning her on, kissing, fingering.
Oh Lord!
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I always teach young men this: if you're interested in a woman, like, don't play the friend zone card. At some level, like, we're not virgins anymore. Unless they're a virgin, that makes sense. They're gonna wait till marriage or whatever. But if they're not a virgin anymore, they had sex already. So the woman might even think, yo, he's making me wait and he's hot. Like, he's probably not interested. So if you gotta lead with, like, eventually, like, flirting, because even though you're getting to know her, right? Conversations or whatever, at some level, I gotta talk, like, pause, right? I'm saying it ahead of time. Yeah, I'm gonna put that big dick in your mouth and slap it all over your face. Like, I gotta flirt with her eventually, so she knows I'm not trying to be your buddy.
Or what it's hitting for, like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, she gotta know, okay, he is interested. He's not just making me wait because you know what I'm saying. Like, at some level, you gotta. You know what I'm saying? Because if you play
cross that threshold,
picture painter, you gotta paint a picture for her. Like, yo, listen, this was
you know what I'm saying? Because at some level,
I never thought that.
You act like that, she gonna put you there. You know what I'm saying? So why is it that if a woman can't provide for her baby, she can get government assistance, but if the man can't provide, he goes to jail?
Not all. I mean, if he's a single father,
let him go first.
I was gonna say I don't. That's a good question because I don't know. Like, I know people that go through this. Like, women are bailed out for everything. Like, even if they had sex that night and then let somebody come in and, we can go get a plan B, or they have a child, even if they have the child, they still got choices. That's why I said the woman always have the choice, but the choice is yours. Like even abortion, God forbid you don't want that, but what that could happen. You can have the kid. Oh well, this isn't working out. You can give them up for adoption. Like the man is just like, well, waiting on you, and then once they make the decision, it's like it's all on you. So it's like I could be telling you, hey, listen, like this isn't the best for me, but then it's like I'm forced to, I don't want to say stuck to pay for or take care of this child when it's like the man doesn't have a choice, and that's what they gain away from. Like man doesn't have a choice, and women have all these choices to the point where it's like they're not looking at choices anymore as choices. It's like they just getting bailed out. And it's like a man doesn't have no bail, so I don't got no bail. Like I'm forced to, you know what I'm saying? So that makes it tough, and that's what makes the man not want to be in the house.
Right.
So it's like they're creating this system to put it, yeah, you just go over here. Then the women, oh well, I can get a free apartment. I can get that, and it's like all of a kid. Oh, why not have more than by different men? And it's like see what I'm saying? So multiple lives are ruined by this, and the kid like it's tricky.
So
Wow.
So what is it?
I think if it's, I also can be a technical fighter, you know, when I want to, when I want to bring it out. If it's a single parent, man or woman, I think they can get government assistance. But to go in further for what you're meaning with this question, why does he go to jail? I mean, I'm very up and down with this. I think that if it takes two to make a baby, right? So if both of them weren't thinking ahead of time and didn't use a condom, you know, on purpose, and that's on both of y'all. And it should be talked about. If it was a one night stand, you don't really know each other, and and he says, I personally don't want to have any children. There should be something where he can, not have to. You know what I mean? Like, just because it was, and I hate to say it like that, but just because it was a mistake on two strangers' part, that shouldn't have to keep y'all connected. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that I agree. That definitely has to change. But I don't know how to answer that question either.
You don't know how to answer. Okay. So maybe I'll trigger something after I say this. Yeah. Why is it that if she can't provide for her baby, she gets government assistance, but the man can't? This goes beyond, you know how I think, Mike and Sue, off camera. This goes beyond. See, the jail system, right, is making like trillions a year. And more
private jails, yeah.
More men are incarcerated than women. It's a plethora of things why this happens. Taking the man out, the women are easier to control, right? We're profiting off of women. They're the primary consumers. We got to take care of them. You know, you want to take care of your big spender customer. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. That's why jamming the women up is going to actually hurt us in all ways, not just on a business marketplace. Men, nah, we could sacrifice them. You see? Yeah. And it actually benefits us to keep the wheel turning if we can keep controlling the women. Whatever they need, we're going to take care of them because we're profiting as well off of child support. You get that?
Definitely.
You get that?
Absolutely. That's great. No, you're right. You're right.
It's so many reasons. We're not going to profit off women being like around. They're going to keep driving the world.
It's like it's levels to it. Like they'll take your license first if you don't pay. Then it's like people don't see that and for what it is. So
why is it that when a man abandons his child, he's a deadbeat? If the woman aborts for like abortion or whatever, it's her choice.
So I'm totally against. You asked me, I'm gonna say I'm totally against this. Like, so I agree because I've heard situations where a female got an abortion and didn't even let the father know. So it's like, how do you know that this man didn't even want this child without you? Like, I'm willing to raise it. And they say that single father households are sometimes as good as a father in a mothered household. So it's like, why don't you just give me the kid and let me see what I can at least do? You know what I'm saying? Or what I could muster up. And it's like, I don't want to say, like I said, the choice is the woman's. They have all of them.
There's statistics that show that.
That's
two parental households versus one, and it's the man.
Exactly, compared to the woman, because
you get the same results. because it's
Yeah,
still the masculine.
Yep.
That's
And
the
you need
operative
that.
word or energy.
And it's like authority. I don't want to say it's like authority figure or like respect that comes with it. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I said, if you just growing up and you just listening to WAP all day, and you listening to this, and the woman is like, you don't have no authority or no nothing. You think what you say or do is what it is, and it's like until a man comes in the room, and then it's like, nah, this is the rules here. This is this. This is that. Well, I'll just go back to my Section 8 apartment with my government assistance, and I don't need you. Oh, all right. It's like, so how you gonna argue with that?
So Sue, you're right.
Well, I think that it's a big difference when if you abandon a child and getting an abortion. Now, I don't agree with late term abortions. That is an atrocity to me. And late term abortions is when you're already, 3 months, 4 months,
yep.
right? That's usually done in 2 stages. That's horrific. But I don't see anything wrong with a plan B. That to me is
accountability.
it's not you're taking accountability and you're taking responsibility for whatever mistake you made, whether it's you were inebriated and you had sex without a condom, whether you thought there was a condom, whether the condom broke. If you're not ready to
what about a one night stand, like a conscious one night stand
without a condom?
No, just a one. Yeah, obviously, because she took the plan B. Or they, I don't want to say it's a woman. They took the plan.
That's the thing, though. The man
hold on. Let me just let her get into it.
I think it's a cop out, and I feel like women should be more conscious about those decisions that lead them to that, to making that ultimate choice of whether or not to abort that fetus. But the plan B is not. I'm okay with that because it's not formed yet. The plan B just attacks the cells that haven't even made anything yet and forces you to have a period. So it's not it is an abortion, but it's not like how the abortions used to be back then. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that to me is different. When somebody, man or woman, abandons a child, you are leaving that child to fend either without you, with somebody else in the foster system. Like that's a lot more trauma that you're bringing to this innocent life. You know what I mean?
You're right. Mike, say what you're gonna say, and I'm gonna destroy this shit because I'm gonna go in.
I was gonna say, men don't got the choice of plan B. Like it could be anything pre-com. You might not even mean to do it. You pulled out. You thought you was good. You know what I'm saying? She has the choice to. And you gonna buy it for her. Now, what if she don't even take it off the banker? This guy got money. I'm gonna fake it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna take the plan B. Don't take it. Boop. Now what?
See, that's why I think there should be laws. There should be laws against that. Like, okay, the guy got her the plan B because that's what they talked about. Then if she pops up 9 months later, no. Take it to there should be something. We agreed to this. I bought her. You know what I'm saying?
I say paternity test at
yeah.
birth. Simple as that.
Even before that. They can determine paternity before that. Yep.
Early as possible.
So there are many reasons why a man abandoned his child. One of them could be because the mother he chose.
What's that got to do with the kid, though?
You understand what I'm saying? So that's why it's very important. That woman uses so many things like, I'm gonna call the cops and lied and said you beat me. I'm taking you out the house. So now it's like, oh, I can't see my kid. You using my kid as a bargaining chip? Like da. Oh my God, you making it hard to coexist here and everything. You're not gonna be this. You're not gonna be maybe submissive or whatever it is. We can't coexist with each other. He gets out, right? The woman threatening him. That's one. Two, most of the time when women, well, all the time when women abort their child, it's their choice. It's conscious. Remember, men have the key and are in control of relationship and commitment. Women are in control or give access to sex or whether they want to bring another life on earth.
I want to say their body.
You understand what I'm saying? So ultimately, like, maybe she's young. Her biological clock is ticking. I want a baby. I don't care if he does. I could tell him that I know my ovulation and he could bust at me. Maybe he has potent seed, that could be wrong. And now she's pregnant. She traps you. You understand what I'm saying? Because her biological clock is ticking. He doesn't have one. He might not be ready. So now he's like, man, I didn't ask for this child. You know what I'm saying? I didn't ask for this child. There's so many reasons why. And I'm thinking about it in a young man, young woman mindset, 25, 19, 18, whatever it is, right? She's thinking like she comes from a traditional household, probably. Oh, pressure from family. I should have a kid already. She's like, I got to have a kid, biological clock. I shouldn't be 25 without a kid. She bamboozles the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'll take a plan B, maybe lie. Doesn't. Oh, baby, I'm late. Well, we don't know. We also don't talk about DNA tests. We also don't talk about DNA tests. You could be thinking that's your kid, and you go years raising him, then find out that he isn't.
That's true.
Spend time in jail for child support.
Listen, they talk about poly all the time. Let me crush this now, and then we'll move on to our final thoughts. I could have 5 women, 4 women, 3 women, whatever.
I already know what you're gonna say.
What?
with the poly, with the women, because women got all this men. If you get pregnant, how you gonna know who the
Yo,
father
he
is?
knows. He
It's
knows.
Like,
and we never talked about this off camera.
A man I could impregnate 5.
He knows.
Floyd Mayweather. There you go, get 5 pregnant. They're good for life, and he can enter in and out their life. If you get pregnant by one man, and then it's like this, you got a system. Oh well, only he can come in me, and he can. Do you love this man more than me? Is he the leader of our dynamic? Is he the? And it's like,
I'm gonna piggyback.
Never works. Like,
Hold on, I'm gonna piggyback. 3 women, I bust in them. Okay. They know who the father is. I got them all living in the same house.
Yep.
A woman's dating 5 guys, has sex with all 5 of them, unprotected. Who's the dad? Because you know she can't have 5 kids at the same time.
Fact.
Unless she has double uterus, which it is possible.
Or she has twins, but they're still coming from the same father.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So 1 child per year, 2 term. You know what I'm saying? That's how the woman's body is built. So the reality is, like, at the end of the day, it's a choice. It comes down to the women first because of the sex, the access that you're giving. Hey, a woman should tell you consciously or ask you. It's not like people will say, oh, it's not being submissive. Listen, if she has standards, listen, I just want to ask you, do you have a condom? I don't do unprotected unless I'm going to get married or whatever it is. I had a submissive, and she asked, mind you, this could benefit me, but I'm always thinking about their well-being. She asked me, oh, listen, I know my ovulation. 1, 2. 2, she was like, what do you think about birth control? Because she wanted it so bad, raw. And I was like, that would be dope. I would love that feeling. But at the end of the day, do you know what birth control does to you? She was like, what? Overweight, bipolar, makes you masculine, yeah. Makes you want to get with feminine guys. You already kind of lit. You already kind of lit. I told her, you get on birth control, you're gonna be a monster. I'm gonna have to be disciplining you or punishing you every day. We're gonna bump heads more than we making love. I said it would be great to benefit, but I'm not gonna do it. When we're ready to have kids, then I'll take the condom off. I told her. You understand what I'm saying? So ultimately, the woman has the choice, but a lot of women won't say shit because they want to not be agreeable. They want to be agreeable. They want to be submissive. Like, I don't want him to think I'm not down. I don't want him to think I'm not cool.
Or I don't like him.
So she'll fuck raw. Meanwhile, she don't. She might just think, oh, I'll take plan B tomorrow. That's the fucking decision she'll make the next day. Oh, I'll take plan B tomorrow.
Yeah, that's awful, ladies. Come on.
So at the end of the day, like, why would they call him a deadbeat?
But actually, you can't even do that now. Well, in New York, you still can because they reversed the law, Roe versus Wade. So all that shit, there's only certain states that you can go to.
Facts. Final thoughts.
Oh shit. Final thoughts. That's you, Mike. Final thoughts.
So check this out. I'm gonna start doing things different because I started doing this differently now. Final thoughts. Say your final thoughts, and then second, do you hate us? Do you like us? Do you have a problem with what I say on here?
Okay. My final thoughts on the whole thing. I feel like they pushing the government. When I say the government, they're pushing this whole agenda where they want the men out the house. They trying to promote men being feminine, and they want more transgenderism, it seems like. They flipping the rainbow from upside down, the chakras, if you're not paying attention to that. What else are they doing?
Ooh.
Yeah, people got to get into it with their spiritual side. They don't even know that the rainbow that they placing out there, the red's on top and the purple's on the bottom, and the purple's supposed to be on the top and the red's supposed to be. It's a whole lot of, and you're red. And listen, I can go into this for a whole nother, but yeah, they trying to flip it, and it's way deeper. They're definitely trying to get the man out of the house. They want the woman to be in power, but at the end of the day, if the woman's so focused on her career, I seen somebody say one time, you have all that money, right? But what you gonna do with it if you don't got nobody to spend it on? To the point where, since as one lady had 3 kids, that 3 kids had 5 kids, that 5 kids had 10 kids. Now you sitting in a room with 60 people that came from this one lady, compared to, I had this a tremendous career, and women are getting away from that. And when they need to get back to, yo, this is what you was here to do. And another point, I don't mean to admit, they said back in the day, like you say ancestral, they said that sex was only practiced when you wanted to reproduce. Everything is becoming such pleasurable to us, to even food. They said that food wasn't a thing that we desired or wasn't supposed to be hungry, and to the point where sex was like something where, like, listen, I love you this much, we are reproducing. This is the only reason why we're doing this. To now where we're just doing it for $40, $50, and it's like people don't even know that they're giving away their divine energy or tapping it. This person that had heartache and been broken and gambling problems for 3 years, and you go and have and sleep with them, and next thing you know, now you're in tune with that, or you're infested with that, and you don't even know that, or you just think you got money. So it's like, it's a lot more than just the man leaving the house. But like I said, I think they're trying to push the transgender thing. I don't know if people know about the Baphomet and all of that. That's a whole nother story for another conspiracy theory, but that's the ultimate goal. They sacrifice kids and all that. So just tapping in yourself, man, learn yourself, and damn, I don't know.
So do you have a problem with what I say on here? Do you like us,
Bro,
hate us?
Oh, I love the show, for one. 2, I love what he says, because bro, I'm glad you answered last, because I'm like, damn, he's answering. Okay, that make all right. I'm see, I thought I was.
He always does that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then okay, like he said, I'm about to destroy this. I'm like, all right, let me see what you got to say this time in the joint. So it's like, yeah, I love what you got to say, because
he be changing your perspective, right?
It sounds like you speak from a lot of experience. So it's like, it's not like, oh, well, he's just telling me this, or like saying it from on TikTok. It's like you speaking from experience. So. And it's crazy, because it's not no street. I'm gonna say it's not no street gang, and it's like, it's a different type of podcasting feel. Like, all right, like that. All right, I might go home and try that with my shorty. I might go home and I told you this before off camera. Like, yo, I'm gonna try it. Like, yeah, we've been did it. So it's like, yeah.
So the stuff that you've tried with her so far, has it worked?
Yeah, in some aspects.
Reciprocal? She reciprocates.
That's why she came to the second thing.
Oh, really?
She didn't go to the first one.
Yeah.
She showed up to the first one outside in the city.
Okay.
She showed up. I don't know if you've seen her. But I'm like, yeah, I'm in empanada. She's like, oh, it's food in. I'm like, I told you that you should come to the next one. She came to the next one. What happened? Oh, I love the empanadas. So it's like, nice. I led her to there. You know what I'm saying? So now she opening the, I don't want to say floodgates, but all right, like today
she's understanding more.
Yeah,
that's
to the
awesome.
point where, like, say, we even read the book together. You getting crazy in the book is like, okay, all right. Might have to go to the movies and try that, you know. So it's like little things, bro.
Well, you know what you gotta do. You gotta, keep an eye out, because we coming out with the movie. So keep an eye out for that.
And there'll be more master classes and workshops.
So you coming out with a movie? Let me be an extra. I'll be in the background, so I'm standing around.
You could be a DJ.
Let me know. I'm with it.
So appreciate it. So Sue, what do you think is the problem? And what's the solution?
I think the problem is that, okay, so I don't think the problem is empowering women. I think the problem is that they are empowering them in the wrong way. You know what I mean? They're not bringing them back to their virtue. They're not, bigging them up for what, for being feminine and bringing that feminine energy out. Instead, they're telling them, it's your body. You can dress how you want. And if you want to walk around naked, you can, without telling them, yeah, you can do that, but then there's repercussions to it. You know what I mean? Like, they're not empowering them the right way. So the way to fix it, I think, is, like Mike said, you got to know yourself, learn yourself. Don't fall for everything. Do your own, obviously do your own research on things, and, do what feels right. Don't just follow the trends. You know what I mean? Just because everybody, and I hated when my mom used to tell me this, just because everybody's going to jump off the, the bridge, are you going to too? Ladies, just because everybody is starting an OnlyFans to get some extra money, or, want to walk around with a see-through mesh dress. That's not always the right way, the good look.
And I was gonna say, I don't want to say I've always been different. But my parents asked me that, like, "Yo, would your friend jump off a bridge? Would you?" I'd be like, "No, I record it." And they would look at me and like, "What's wrong with this kid?" Like, I've always just been like that since I was younger. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me.
I would do it
Like,
with a bungee
why is
cord.
everybody doing that for? No, that's not cool.
So, the problem is not empowering women; it's how they're empowering women.
Mhm.
Certain contexts and stuff of that nature. Giving someone too much power when they never had power before, they could abuse it. They're not thinking more so of, especially of a leader of a team. They're not thinking for the whole team. They're thinking narcissistically, just or selfishly. So the solution would be to empower both people, and empowering them in a sense of men be more masculine, women be more feminine. By you being in your core energies, you're going to thrive this way. Even though we have both, right? We can control both and kind of balance it, but one is going to trump the other.
Mm-hmm.
It's never equal.
One they're gonna meet.
One energy is going to trump the other. It's never equal. So for the woman who is highly in her feminine and she can also balance her masculine, she's going to get everything she wants.
Mhm.
The man being the opposite, highly in his masculine and being low in his feminine, balancing that, he's going to get everything that he wants. We also look at this on a spiritual structure. There are spiritual consequences. The reason why, and that's one of the reasons why these people who are imbalanced don't get what they want. We're spirits in flesh, not the other way around. People think like that's a big misconception to a lot of people.
Flesh and spirits.
Yeah, we're spirits in flesh. This is borrowed body.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? This is borrowed body. Just like
our
borrowed time.
avatar.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, we got to get back into our nature and the family. You know what I'm saying? And connecting. Okay. There's a disconnect because we know if we bring men and women together, that's powerful. That goes against our agenda.
That's what they don't want.
That's what they don't want.
Exactly.
So the plan is to make them fight and disconnect.
Divide and conquer.
Yeah.
Like that with everything though. Race, religion,
yes.
Women, men.
Yeah. So women control the spiritual realm. Men protect women and control them in the physical one.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so if you come together, you see how powerful that could be? Yeah. Boom. Divine masculine.
You in the outside, like, anybody touch this.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
Divine masculine, divine feminine. Powerful. God. Power. God mode. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure they know this. So it's not about not empowering women. It's about how you're doing it. Mm-hmm. And also empowering men. Like, don't leave the men out. That's what we ain't chopped liver.
But then I don't want to cut you off, but Vanguard and BlackRock, those are the gates that I feel like are pushing, you know what I'm saying? And it's men up there, and it's like, yeah, what are they into? What goes on behind those closed doors? Yeah, that's like,
another topic. Yeah, we need to bring him on Patreon.
That's why I'm like, yo,
you're coming back on, Mike.
Yeah, I'll be back, definitely.
But I love this. Thank you for coming, man. You were 20 minutes early. Love that. Men of your word. Loyal. I fuck with you, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Respect you. Amen. Suhei, you did great today.
Well, thank you very much.
Once again, ladies, don't forget the annual USO show, August 26, 2023. What is it? Bartini's, Center Stage and Bartini's. Mm-hmm. There's going to be like music there, food. Don't forget, raffles. It's the last time of the summer. Raffles. All veterans are welcome.
Nonprofit.
Show up, nonprofit. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, you were tuned in to one of the most raw, uncut, unapologetic, real podcast, the Discipline Therapy Podcast. Peace.